Oh man, it has been a good long while, so hello YouTube. Um, so first off, happy 2025. I spent it on duty, as some of you may be aware. Um, but let's talk about where I've been. Let's just get right into it. Um, I went through a phase of, I wouldn't say burnout, but I went through a phase of not loving the industry for a couple of weeks. Um, and I was talking to Sean about it, and I more or less explained why I wasn't on YouTube to Sean, and he went, "Hey, no, good on you for not making a video, because if you're not passionate right now, um, that's going to show. So it's best you kind of don't show your face on YouTube, because if you're not passionate right now, that's going to show in your videos." So I kind of agreed with Sean, and it was good that I got a second opinion. So yeah. So that's kind of where I've been lately. And the reason why I didn't really, the reason why I'll call it for what it was. I was kind of burned out. The reason why I was burned out was because, for those of you who may remember, and I'm sorry, I'm doing 4 million things as I'm walking around my apartment, as I'm walking around my room. For those of you who watched one of Sean's lives recently, particularly about him talk about a subscriber who was assaulted, that was me. So I was assaulted on one of our Las Vegas Transit buses, and it didn't go well, and to the point as to what made me talk to Sean and reach out to Sean, because Sean's, peer support and whatnot. He's got that I don't know if he's been through a CISM course, but I know Sean's peer support more or less. Post incident, he's a certified law enforcement. I wouldn't say counselor, but he's got a support credential. So I reached out to him just as a friend, and I went, "Hey, you know what? My manager more or less just put me on the mental brink, because I was assaulted on a bus, and I was pulled out of the field. And the second I got in the manager's office, I didn't get an 'Are you okay?' I didn't get care. I basically had this retired Army asshole, and I'm sorry for the military who watch my videos. It's just this guy didn't know how to act. So basically, the second I got in the manager's office, essentially the speech I got was, "You suck at your job. I don't have confidence in you. I can't trust you out there. You suck. I have zero confidence in your abilities. I don't respect you. I'm going to pull you from the field. I'm going to put you out to pasture. I can't trust you around the public. I want you at the yard." So the whole time I was just sitting there taking it, and I'm like, okay. Because I knew if I opened my mouth, I was going to fly off the motherfucking handle. So I kept my mouth shut. I took it like the good little boy I am. And, yeah. Now, I've spoken about this to trusted coworkers, trusted teammates among the transit team. It meant a lot to me that people said, "Hey, you sitting there taking it to that guy does not make you a bitch," because that's what I was telling people. I felt like a bitch for just sitting there taking it. And a lot of my coaches were like, that doesn't make you a bitch. That makes you professional. You sat there, took it. You knew you were going to, you knew you were going to say some shit. So you kept your mouth shut. No, that's good on you. So I more or less got positive affirmation from a couple coworkers, which meant the world to me, because, yeah, I was a wreck. Let's put it that way. And excuse me as I go grab my less lethal kit. I'm filming this video as I'm getting ready to go to breakfast before a training course, actually. I'm taking an executive protection course today, so, yeah. So I'm still gonna talk. I'm just off camera, guys. So yeah, it meant a lot to me that that a lot of my coworkers who I talked to, that hey, you biting your tongue doesn't make you a bitch. That makes you professional because you know yourself. Like, yeah, I essentially tapped myself out because I knew if I opened my mouth, ooh, man. So, yeah, that's the story of that. So, yeah. So fast forward a little bit after that incident, and to most recently, that manager's got himself fired. This MOD apparently challenged another MOD, and he squared up. He balled his fists up to the other MOD, and they were almost going to come to blows for whatever reason. So yeah, that MOD. The MOD I've just spoke about pretty much got himself fired, so problem solved. But the reason why I was potentially exploring leaving RTC was because that manager was more or less involved in my shifts, and by that I mean I wanted driving shifts. He prevented me from getting driving shifts. I wanted to be a sergeant, which are the driving positions. I want to be a sergeant. I wanted to be able to show I'm a leader. I want to promote at some point during my tenure with RTC, Las Vegas Transit. He was blocking my ability to get said shifts, to be a sergeant, to showcase myself. So I was, as I always say on YouTube, I was on my mental cliff's edge. I was really getting ready to leave RTC. Until, what happened, and he got himself fired. So I was like, oh, cool, so problem solved. There's one particular flashlight I'm looking for that I think is missing. No, you know what? It's in the big box, which would be the 6th flashlight that I was counting flashlights earlier. So yeah, what have I been doing lately outside of work? Well, I've been collecting discontinued ASP equipment. I got tons of ASP flashlights now, just due to the fact that what I'm doing is I'm trying to get. If you go on ASP's website, they have their rotating flashlight case. So basically, I'm trying to get all those flashlights. Some of these are discontinued, so they're going to be for light duty. But yeah, now I'm sitting here trying to find a thinner flashlight, because one of the other things I got is I got this neat combo case from ASP that's meant for a baton and a flashlight. So now I'm trying to figure out, okay, well, I don't have the flashlight that this case, this Duo, it's literally what it's called, it's the Duo Scabbard. I don't have the flashlight the Duo is literally meant for, so I'm basically trying to look through the ASP flashlights that I have and look for a flashlight that may or may not fit the kit. So yeah, I was really just getting ready to say fuck this and leave RTC. And then a couple of sergeants I thought were holding certain incidents against me. No, they were saying things in jest, and I just go 0 to 60 and I think the worst. So I thought people, I thought people were screwing me over, more or less. I thought people were screwing with me. But no, not the case. So yay for that. Damn, that won't fit. That's what she said. Ha 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 ha. But yeah. So until recently, I was really getting ready to leave transit. Until a couple of nights back within my work week, to where I had a basically heart-to-heart with one of the sergeants, because they could tell I was down to the dumps. And I straight up told him, you know what? I thought you fucking hated me. And he's like, no, dude, I don't hate you. I look out for you. I enjoy hearing you on the radio with your funny little screw-ups. Because I tend to screw up sometimes on the radio. I get tongue-tied and I'm just like, oh! But, no, so it was good to talk to the one sergeant. The other sergeant on the strip, for the record. But yeah, so I kind of had a funny little talk with one of the with my sergeant's counterpart on the Las Vegas Boulevard on the famous Las Vegas Strip. Tell you what if I put the baton in this one? Nope, still gonna have the same damn issue. So yeah, I came to realize that it's just me. I was more or less thinking everybody was out to get me, and I was more or less having this. I have this problem in my own brain to where I go 0 to 60. I go worst case scenario. So I think with my personal knowledge of myself, obviously, with me knowing me, I think it got out of hand in my own head. The short and sweet of it, I think it got out of hand in my own head. So, yeah. So, I have decided I'm going to stay with RTC. But at the same time, I am developing a training curriculum for Las Vegas private security officers in general, for the entire valley. Whoever wants to take my training courses, yeah, I'm developing a training organization, developing a training company, which goes to why I'm wearing an ASP instructor polo today. So the local Las Vegas cop shop. Believe it or not, we only actually have 2 real police stores in the city of Las Vegas. So one of the local cop shops is a good ways out from. I already know this ain't gonna work, so I'm okay. So you know what? I'm just gonna stick with my inside the waistband. I'm gonna stick with my inside the waistband carrier. Yeah. Sorry guys, give me a second. I'm putting all the flashlights back, and then we'll continue talking. So, I went to the cop shop and I saw they had 2 ASP polos, and I was like, oh my god! So I instantly snatched these up because one of my personal frustrations is I'm finding ASP is discontinuing a lot of their instructor kit. So when I saw these polos, I was like, I need... So I snatched these up. And more or less, I'm wearing this today, going to this EP course, essentially to showcase that, yeah, I'm this. So I guess you could say I'm wearing this out of a slight tinge of arrogance, but it's arrogance with a purpose, as I always say to myself. More or less, there's a networking opportunity. There's a networking opportunity with a lot of heavy hitters in the local executive protection space here in Vegas. One person I followed on LinkedIn for the longest time is actually going to be there. And when I found out he was going to be there, I was like, oh my god. So, with the networking opportunities that are going to be present today, I just decided, you know what, I'm going to be all look at me, and I'm going to wear one of my ASP polos today. So that's why I'm going to have and handle fire them real fast. This is hot. I'm going from inside the waistband to outside the waistband in my Safariland Solus ALS retention holster. That's now discontinued, I found out. So sad face. But I digress. So yeah, I'm wearing the Solus at the very least to breakfast because I'm gonna have to disarm for the class because they're giving us holsters and blue guns and XYZ, so they don't want anything in their course, which obviously is understandable. So I will follow their course rules. Once I get there, I will disarm and I'll let them give me their gear, and we'll go from there. But yeah, so that's the story of that. As to why I'm wearing a instructor polo, because more or less I want people to see that I'm an ASP instructor XYZ, which is the topic of another video as to why I'm so proud to be an ASP instructor. It's going to be my next video, just because this video's gone on for 15 minutes. I'm looking at the clock as I film this, and it's gone on long enough. So without further ado, this is Mike here at the Professional Security Journal. You guys stay safe. Take it easy. Please take pride in our profession, in your particular roles, and all that y'all do. And other than that, I will see you guys in the next video, which I will be filming very shortly. One last thing. I gotta show this off. This is just really cool. Pen. It's a handcuff key. It's a pen. It's a cuff pen. This is ASP's Lock-Right. Really cool piece of gear. So yeah, without further ado, this is Mike here at TPSJ. Once again, you guys stay safe, take it easy, and once again, see you next time. Take it easy, friends. I'm gonna be off to brekkie in a bit. See ya.